Last up, but certainly not least, we have a Champlin business who's been a member of the Chamber for a while, Amira Choice Champlin. And with us today, we have Jane Edmundson. She's with Outreach and Sales. And then we got the Executive Director. That's right. She is here. Abby Schulz is with us today. Welcome, ladies. Thank you for being a part of the Chamber, and thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
All right, Abby, number one, Amira Choice Champlin. What is it? Where is it?
Yeah, good questions. Amira Choice Champlin is a senior living rental community located off of Hayden Lake Road, not too far from here. And we serve seniors ages 55 and up. We have 133 apartments that offer independent living, assisted living, and memory care. We are owned by United Properties and managed by Ebenezer and connected to the other Amira Senior Living. So Amira Senior Living, Amira Choice, and Applewood Point.
You know, Jane, we had an opportunity to be out there. We did a ribbon cutting out there. I had a chance to chat with some of the residents. What a great vibe I got from them. And you could tell that they just really like the place. And isn't that the goal? I mean, isn't that the goal? And that was unsolicited by me to them. That was them just talking to me. And I thoroughly enjoyed that time, especially talking with one of the people that got to hold the big scissors that we did. Boy, that was a highlighter right there. I think she thinks I'm the greatest thing ever because I had those scissors. But let's talk about what is the difference between independent living and assisted living.
So independent living would be having the opportunity to have meals with us if they so choose to. We have a wide variety of activities as well as the ability for transportation to shopping, restaurants, that type of thing. And assisted living is everything I just said, plus any types of cares that may be needed. Maybe someone needs help with medication management or shower assist, something like that. We can do that type of thing. Additionally, we have outside providers such as rehab that can come in. We've got Bluestone physicians, and they can come as the primary care physician so that families don't have to bring them to all these appointments and so forth. So it just kind of builds on that. And at the same time, we always want our residents to be as independent as they possibly can and just provide the services that they need.
This is about taking care of people to what degree they need it. Amira Choice is there to provide that care.
Correct.
It's really that simple when it comes down to it, and you guys do that. All right, Abby, so we got some people out there watching going, boy, I wonder about Mom. I wonder maybe if it's time.
Yep.
What is one piece of advice that you would give a family who's just starting to think about senior living?
Yeah, this is a lot of folks nowadays, right? So start touring, start looking at what your options are. Take some notes as you visit different communities. Don't just go for a tour. If you can, stay for a meal or go to an activity. Sometimes go with on an outing maybe, and have discussions with your family. Talk about setting up power of attorney and healthcare directive, getting your matters in order. Look at your finances, figure out what's affordable, what your budget would be, and just keep track of those notes. You don't want to wait until it becomes an emergency.
And Amira Choice can help with all of those things. This isn't
Absolutely.
your first rodeo. You deal with these types of things all the time. So the key to that is that no question is dumb to ask. I mean, that's what they do, and that's what they're professionals at, and they can get you answers that you're looking for. And really, isn't that what everybody's looking for as you start to decide to make some of these moves to senior living? So Jane, what is the hardest thing for families when it comes to making that move to senior living?
It seems as though families are always looking for the right time for the move. Maybe they think, oh, we'll have Mom just spend one more summer in the house and then we'll move. And what happens more often than I'd like to see is people wait too long, and then there is some type of incident where suddenly, my mom's in rehab, she can't go back home, we need to have her move in right away, what do you have available? And that limits your options, it also prevents the resident from being able to enjoy all of the things that they can benefit from, especially social activities.
Right.
People tend to, of course, feel comfortable being in their own home, but I hear very often that they are isolated and socially they need to have more of that. And so that way too, we can care for their loved one, and then the adult children can actually enjoy being their child instead of a caregiver, so.
Right, exactly. And I bet you both have stories of seeing people who maybe, as that first move was made, were maybe just set back a little bit about this is a big change, and then suddenly just blossomed and thrived in that situation of being in that place like Amira Choice, where it's like, wow, this is great, and they're part of a senior community. And I've seen it myself in some places that I've had the opportunity to go and talk at, and it's there at Amira Choice too, isn't it? Absolutely. All right, Abby, so what is something that, because you guys aren't the only one, I've heard, that you're not the only option, but what would you say sets Amira Choice Champlin apart from other senior living communities that are in the area?
Yeah. So here at Amira Choice Champlin, we are one of the few buildings that offer the ability to age in place. So moving into an apartment, knowing that you can be independent or assisted living, add services, remove services within that same apartment, and knowing that we have options, right? So having memory care available as well, any type of studio apartment or one bedroom plus den, or 2-bedroom. We are newly remodeled as well. We've been established for more than 20 years, so good longevity with a lot of staff. We're connected to Ebenezer, so that plays into that long-standing history there with more than 100 years in the business. And then we're working on integrating with Champlin more, becoming part of the community, finding ways to give back. So things like the Father Hennepin parade, and partnering with the Anoka Champlin Fire Department, just finding ways to be part of the community.
That's great. That is great. And those residents, when we were doing that ribbon cutting, said the food's really good. So that is always important. It would be for me, but that's something I heard too. All right, Abby, there's somebody out there going, you know what, let's have the conversation. And maybe it's the family who starts that, and maybe mom's not coming to that, but maybe the family starts that first connection, and you guys have a conversation. And then maybe at some point, that connection is made with mom, and mom comes out and maybe has lunch with some of the residents, and you just start a process that can get everybody to where they're in a better place. So Abby, how do people start that process? How do they connect?
Great question. You can give us a call. Our main line is answered 24 hours a day, and that number is 763-712-0118. You can also stop by during normal business hours. We're located right off of Hayden Lake Road. Or check out our website, amirachoice.com/Champlin, and we'd be happy to help.
Excellent. She's Abby Schulz. She's the executive director. She is Jane Edmundson. She is outreach and sales. They are Amira Choice Champlin. Check it out. You're going to love it. You absolutely will. And the cookies were good too at that ribbon cutting. But seriously, if you're in that situation, maybe yourself, you're watching right now, or maybe it's somebody in the family, start that step, and you're going to like what you find there at Amira Choice. All right, we're taking a break. When we come back, we are going to wrap up this edition of the Chamber Report, so stay tuned.